Hello my lovely, so this is Lizzie from Love from Lizzie, and today I am now bringing you the March 2018 release. I've just released the card kit a few moments ago. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I usually show a complete one, but all I have is the bits and pieces because I have actually started to make with my kit. And in fact, I'm going to share with you a little sneak of one of the cards that I've made. Just to give you an idea, I mean, my hand is now much better. I do have more use in my fingers, however, it's still quite difficult, so I'm just making some very simple cards this month. And here we go. I shouldn't think that I'll actually manage to do the 10 cards one kit video, but I will endeavour to do as many as I possibly can. Anyway, so we're here for the product release and all the add-ons. Now this month has been enormous. I mean, I went to Phoenix, I went to Frankfurt, so I've been to 2 major trade shows. Met lots of fantastic companies and I want all of their product naturally. As a crafter, my eyes sort of just like were as wide as dinner plates. So I'm trying to introduce it gradually, and so I'm going to make a start. Anyway, the add-ons for this month's kits are as such. So there is, as always, the sequin mix. This is the Sweet Treat sequin mix. In the kit you do get a sample bag, which is just less than half the size of this. This is 15mm, and it's a really nice sparkly one. You've got the layered chipboard, and these have gems and really nice pretty pink glitter. I'm sure Scott can't wait to get his hands on those. We have fabric glittered sticker in alphabets. They're in 4 different fonts and they're all different sizes, and you've got the complete alphabet, and then you've got punctuation, and you've also got numbers as well. So they're a really nice set, really nice and sparkly. There is standard chipboard. Now this is 12 inches by 6 inches, and because you get 2 of them, you see, it works out as 12 by 12, and they've got a nice matte finish, and there's sentiments, there's banners, there's like icons, some quite nice really big pieces, and also some nice little tiny weeny little sweetie pieces. So there's a really nice selection of those in there. And there are the 12 by 12 stickers. Now I do often try to get these into the kits because I know how much people like them, but unfortunately the supplier that I used just didn't have enough of them left in stock to cover off the kits, so I'm offering them as an add-on. And this has got some lovely like borders, there's some frames, sentiments, then pretty like these have cut into banners, so there's the little triangles are printed as well, so I'm sure someone will be able to make use of that. There's never any waste when there's crafting, is there? And then there's these tiny weeny little sentiments down here, so really nice set. So they are the direct add-ons to the kit this month. I'm also recommending copper gilding flakes. There's a lot of copper in the kit, I believe. Here we go, I have the vellum, so you can see the foiling on the vellum is in copper. So copper gilding flakes, and then I'm recommending 5 Nuvo drops. So we've got ebony black, bottle green, buttermilk, apple green and copper penny. They're all in the shop, and in the shop there is a heading called latest release, and then if you click on March you will see every single product that I'm releasing now, so you haven't got to go hunting through, looking through all the brands. But then if you do prefer to shop by brand, you can obviously also go that way. So I'm trying to make Mother's Shop as user friendly as possible, so do let me know if there's something about it that you would rather see a different way, or because I am I'm able to decide how this goes. Okay, so next up we've got a mega pack. Now this is called the Dressmaker's Delight mega pack, and there is an add-on stamp. This stamp set was designed with the one that's included in the kit, and I'd love to have been able to put it in there, but without increasing the price, so I wasn't sure, so I'm just offering it as an add-on. But it is a complete background stamp, and it is enormous. Let's have a look. It is 9 inches by 6 inches, so it's a really nice big background. And you know, like for example, you've got the scissors down here, you've got scissors in the stamp set, you've got the mannequins, so you've got some repeating if you want to layer it up. But anyway, so that's available in the shop. Now let me just show you the mega pack. Oh gosh, this is still not particularly easy. Okay, so I've mentioned quickly the stamp set. I'll just show you. So you've got some borders, which is really nice, like a vintage sort of stitching, and then this is like burlap, and this is like a lace, and then you've got the pin cushion, safety pins, tape. You've got some very ornate pins. I would almost say hat pins, correct me if I'm wrong. It's an old-fashioned sewing machine, needle and thread mannequin. Yeah, so it's a really nice stamp set. And the reason that I went down this route is the patterned papers in this set. They are, they remind me of like really pretty dresses, like ladies' dresses. So, right, and this is the die step. Now this this is a layering set. So what you can do is you can cut your frame out, and then you can lay one of these tiles inside to cut, oh I think that's upside down, to cut these out as well. So there is Just For You and Special Day, and then there's a series of hearts. This is a vase of flowers and some butterflies with some like filigree, scrolly sort of swirls on the side. And then this has got these lovely little holes punched. So you can use them together, alone, whatever takes your fancy, I suppose. Now the cardstock, gosh, this is tricky. The cardstock for this mega pack is in A4, and there is burnt orange, although it's like a really nice copper finish, forest green, which is a very dark green, but it's got a gold pearlescence over the top. Graphite black, again pearlescent. These are all pearlescent this month. And then we have like a very soft gold. And then we have oyster. So 5 full sheets of A4. And now the papers. I'm going to run through these as quickly as possible because this month's release is really rather large. But of course, getting things out of packaging when your left hand isn't fully cooperative makes things quite tricky. Okay. So, there's specialty and there's double-sided. The double-sided I have turned already. So I'm going to show you each paper. And the one that follows on from it is the reverse side. So that's one side, this is the other. That's one side, and this is the other. They're all like these really lovely, warm, almost Victoriana feel browns and oranges and creams, which was why I thought the vintage style of the stamp set would go nicely with it. These would also work wonderfully for masculine cards, like the patterns could certainly lend themselves to making some nice cards for the fellas out there. And then you get into 2 sheets of the same pattern, and there are 6 like that. And then we get into the specialty. Now this is texture finished, and you get 2 of each, 1 to use, 1 to keep. Then this is pearlescent. It's also pearlescent. And then this is that texture finish again. Another pearlescent, and this is wonderful. It's almost like a coral reef, but it's in really muted, lovely browns and golds. So that's really pretty. And then finally the one that was on top, which is also a texture finish. So that is the Dressmaker's Delight Mega Pack. I can foresee some really lovely projects coming from that. I would also like to say that there are there's at least 2 design team members have taken this and have promised 10 cards 1 kit videos with it. So there will be lots of inspiration floating around for you guys, should you so wish. Okay, and then we've got a special edition kit this month as well. The last one I did was the Berry Christmas, and it went down an absolute storm. So this is the Oh Baby. So I'm going to open it all up and try to get it out a little bit easier than the last one. Okay. maybe not. Maybe it's not going to cooperate. I'm sorry guys. I really do look forward to having full use of both of my hands again. Right. Okay, cardstock. We have got full sheet of mirror, silver, white, a very soft pink and a mint green. There are also 2 half sheets, one in a soft orange and one in, it's almost like a magnolia colour, and they're just regular cardstock. They're just A5 sheets of cardstock, just because they work so nicely with the palettes in the kit. And then there are 8x8 papers. Now there is spot gloss. Can you see the gloss there over the balloons? There is spot gloss on this sheet and this sheet on the little feet. And there are 3 sheets with glitter. And these are all single-sided here. There's 16 sheets of 8x8 in total. Yeah, so, and they, half of them, 8 of them, are in fact double-sided. So they're really cheerful. They're not directed to be for little boys or for little girls. This is one of my favourites. It's a glittered tag sheet. So you can cut these apart yourself and design them as you will. And these elephants are really cute. Or heffalumps, as we call them in our house. Thank you to A.A. Milne. These are glittered, these tiny weeny little hearts. These, it's confetti almost because it's random, but that's also glittered. And then here are 8x8 pages of decoupage, which featured in the Berry Christmas kit. Obviously this is in this range. So there are 8 different designs, and there's this one, for example, you could have this for one card, this for another card. Then I would say use this one on here, this layer on this one, and this layer on this one. So you can make them stretch further if you're wanting to be a little more careful with your supplies. But they're also, I mean, this is so pretty. They're all heavily glittered, and they're all numbered as well. So if you're new to decoupage, then and they all pop out. They're all die cut. You perhaps see better from the back. And then there's these tiny little bits that you just pop and then they come out. So there's no fussy cutting involved. It's all nice and straightforward. And so those 8 sheets, and then you get 6x6 papers, exactly the same as the 8x8. So there's 16 sheets. I'm not going to turn them because it is quite a job with this wrist. I'm sticking my elbow out. But there's 16 sheets, exactly the same as the larger ones. So you have the same patterns on a smaller scale, which is also quite nice. So for example, here's the feet. So you have both a large repeat and then a smaller repeat. But there's lots of lovely patterns, very cheerful, and pastels. I'm a big fan of crafting with pastels. I think it's very calming for my brain to use such soft colours. And there's also the tags there. Again, 2 with glitter, 2 with gloss and 3 with glitter. Then also in this special edition kit there are stickers, and this is a book. I've pulled it apart so that I could take photographs of it. But there are 4 sheets and they're all glittered and they all coordinate beautifully with everything there. And then last but by no means least are the dies. Now these dies are a full alphabet set with an ampersand, and they come with this scalloped triangle. And the purpose of the scalloped triangle is so that you can like spell out a baby name or something, or write your message within the bunting. So there is, as I say, full alphabet there with the ampersand as well. So if there's twins, you know, you could put both names of the babies. How personalised is that for a card? And you can never have too many alphabet die sets in your stash. So that is the Oh Baby special edition kit. As I say, that's also gone to design team members. So there's going to be plenty of inspiration. This month there is also some Spectrum Noir sparkle pens. I've had quite a few different people asking for these, so I've gone with the 3 most requested colourways. There is an awful lot of them, and if you do like these and you want to see more of them, let me know and I will certainly list them. But they are in the shop under Spectrum Noir, under colouring, under latest release. There's hundreds of ways to search. These I will cover nice and quickly because you've seen them all before. These are all the stamp sets to date, apart from the stamp set that is within the March kit, which is the Sweet Treats stamp set. That will be being released once the card kit's sold out, which hopefully it's going to last a little bit longer again this month. I believe I've got a nice balance now. Okay, these have been like my all-time favourite products to craft with, and in my videos I've felt bad using them because I wasn't able to sell them, but now I can. So it's gold glitter spray. I will show how to use these, but we've got gold, silver and iridescent glitter, and they put such a lovely finish across all cards, so I'll really look forward to being able to share those with you. Now we're going to come across into stamps and dies. Now, as luck would have it, the delivery that I was supposed to take today, because today is release day, I am doing this just before release time. I was hoping to have received the latest release of the Heffy Doodle, and unfortunately it didn't quite make it today, and according to the tracking it's going to come to me tomorrow. All of the product is listed in the shop, and these are the previous releases, so some of these you'll recognise from the Kickstarter campaign. This whole top row here that I'm laying out is the first release. They are all in the shop. And this row here is the second release. This also is now in the shop. There is also the third release. Unfortunately, obviously I don't have any to hand because they haven't turned up yet. But there are some really lovely stamp sets and die sets that all coordinate there. But Leslie has also introduced some Heffy cuts, which are like words like congrats and lucky and baby, which are in her actual handwriting. So they are really special. Oh goodness, I meant to recommend these as add-ons. They're just pinstripe and straight peel-offs to go with the kit, just in case you should so need them. Now, something else that will work well with the kits, actually, I've gone on a little bit of a spending spree for new regular products, like repeat products for in the shop. And if you've seen the unboxing video, I'm hoping that you've seen there are these lovely acetate sentiments. I'm not going to try and get them all out now, but they're completely see-through apart from some gold, well, coppery gold foiling. But there are certain parts where the scripture is wider. So in a bid to be able to offer people to be able to stick them down, I'm introducing clear foam. Now, both in squares and in tape. These will be great for vellum. I put vellum into a lot of my kits, for acetate things, for shakers, all sorts of things. This lends itself very well, and it is an absolute must-have in the craft supply room. Scotch painter's tape. This is easy release. It's not going to tear or damage your paper underneath, so from my estimation, an absolute necessity. We also have, whilst we're on the tape front now, Scotch foam mounting tape. Now this is the regular size. It's 1/2 inch wide, and it is 4.16 yards for those of you that work in yards, or 150 inches long. So it's a nice long length, and it's quite narrow. This I have been so excited to get my hands on, so I'm certainly keeping one of these for me. The ATG gun. There's more than one available, and I went for this one. This is something I've been asked for multiple times. This is the big mama roll of foam tape. So it is 3/4 of an inch wide, so it's really quite wide, and it is 38 yards long. Now for us in England, or that use metric, that's 34, nearly 35 metres. So I can't wait to get rid of my nasty foam squares so that I can justify using one of these. But I mean, this roll itself is 11 inches across. That's pretty sizable. But they are in the shop, and I will be keeping those stocked. I anticipate that they're going to fly straight out. However, they're going to be there. And this as a staple tool, a crocodile. So this is a corner chomper. This takes off the 1/2 inch and the 1/4 inch shape. I've used them before. I like We Are Memory Keepers. It's very sturdy, very heavy and good to use product. So that is also in the shop. And then we've got all these lovely shiny new oxides, which I'm sure Sue is over the moon about, because she's not a crafter. When she looks at this stuff, she does not understand, and I've tried to explain, and there's no explaining. So I think I'm just simply going to have to open them all up and show her. There's nothing else for it. So in this latest, this is the 3rd release of them. We have got the 2 previous releases in the shop already, but you've got Hickory Smoke, Tattered Rose, Squeezed Lemonade, Shaded Lilac, Aged Mahogany, Carved Pumpkin, Evergreen Bough, Blueprint Sketch, Forest Moss, Gathered Twigs, Bundled Sage and Mermaid Lagoon. So this, the yellow, the Squeezed Lemonade, it was something that I was really pleased with, because I struggled a little bit when with last month when I was doing the I stamped some balloons, and there wasn't really a yellow that worked with the yellow in my kit. So I'm pleased that I have now got a nice yellow. Okay. So, oh gosh, these are all good. They're all very precariously stacked. Oh, that's put a nasty shadow. Sorry, guys. Okay. Next up, we have an awful lot of dies. Oh, goodness, no. We have 3D foam squares. My apologies, they hid. So along with all the adhesives, we've got foam squares in white and in black from Scrapbook Adhesives. And I've got the mixed pack. So there's one sheet of the smaller squares, which are this size, and then one sheet of the larger squares, which are more to this size. So they are also available. Now, the little dies. I may have had something of a spending spree in Sizzix. So these guys are all available in the shop now, and some of these are exclusive to the UK. So if you are in the States, this may well be one of the only ways for you to be able to get hold of them. So these are particularly this set is magic, and these are so very cute, and they're a really nice good size for a card front. They're just so very sweet. And then we've also got upper and lower case in brush, and the framelets in the ticket. I think these are really great for sentiments if you haven't got a particularly steady hand, or if you want to emboss these. If you've got an embossing mat, running them through, they can make a really nice frame for either your sentiment or a topper of some description. So, my lovelies, that is the release. It's quite a long video. I did try to be as quick as possible. Now, there is one more order that is due to come on Thursday, and I've been umming and ahhing about how to do this. Do I release it? Do I not release it? And as I don't have the product physically in my hand, and heaven forbid something were to go wrong, I would hate for people to have spent their money on products that isn't with me. And it is coming from the States, so I wouldn't want for there to be any problem. Like with Leslie with Heffy Doodle, she's, you know, compared to the States, she's round the corner. She is across the other side of London, but it's not that far, and if there was a problem, we'd be able to deal with it. But the other products I want to release are coming from the States. They're due on Thursday, so I'm hoping to have them all up and in for that time. So as the add-on orders, the products tend to sell out quite quickly, I'm going to say that if you want to place your order now, or, you know, close to this video, but that you also want to order what's coming later in the week, if you email Sue, she will refund you the shipping that you will be billed for the second order because it wasn't available. I appreciate it's a bit of a farce, but it's brand new product, newly released, and I've been so excited to get it, so I don't want to wait till next month because I want to play with it as much as I want to be able to show you guys and share it with you. So keep your eyes peeled. I'll do another video as soon as I have the product, but just be warned, this isn't the complete release. So anyway, right, I've blithered on enough. Thank you ever so much. I hope you've enjoyed it all. Let me know which of the products is your favourite, because I always find it very interesting to hear what it is that you guys like to see in the shop. Anyway, until next time, thanks very much and happy paper crafting. Here's some still shots. Bye.